Work, work, work. It's what we're all supposed to be doing all the time. College, careers, Coca-Cola, and capitalism are the names of the game civilization has left for us. 55% of Americans unhappy with their jobs, 20% of the population diagnosed or experiencing clinical depression, and a 9% unemployment rate. We are stressed as a people. We need to learn how to breathe again.
I was in Ubon, Thailand. That was 25 miles from Cambodia and 26 miles from Laos. I was there in 1970 at the tail end of the Tet Offensive when Nixon halted the bombing in North Vietnam, but whoops, he forgot to tell everybody about Cambodia and Laos. The first 4 months I was there, it was pretty wild. We were getting hit a lot. Told my counselors that I'd been to, I never did any drugs for depression or anything like that. I fly fished. That was my Prozac. Like I've said, it's a very calming thing, and you concentrate so much on that in the fish, it clears your mind of everything. You don't think about, oh, I almost got killed there. You know, oh man, when that plane blew up and I pulled that guy out, you know, I could have been, you know, none of that enters your mind anymore. It's just you and the river and the fish.
Oh, that's a spot.
That is the spot.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah,
Got him. Good fish?
oh, good.
Oh, he came up right behind it. Came up right behind it.
All the way from it, man. That's what they've been doing. He didn't, though.
Nice. Not bad.
He didn't do that.
Not bad.
I can't help it. I'm addicted to these things.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That was too cool for school, baby, man. Oh, that's a pretty fish, isn't it? Look at that, man.
Yeah, buddy.
That's a pure rainbow there, boy. Love seeing that. All right, darling. And when you do put that fish back in the water and it swims away, what's the first thing you do? You take a big breath and you go, wow, did you see that? There you go. You just learned how to breathe, man. See? Through a fish.
With all the digitalisms and narcissisms of the work world, I need to get away, to experience, reflect, adventure, and simply go with the current. I need to find a place, be it physical or spiritual, where I can learn to breathe again. Fuck it. I'm tired of thinking about the future. I'm tired of the stranglehold of bills, being bound to bad news and bright screens. It's time to live, act, and breathe. I quit my job, pack my things, and take off to fly fish the legendary waters of Montana. I'm leaving my home, my stress, and ditching my responsibilities, but I'm going to one of the greatest places on earth, Montana. Montana is an important place to me. It's like its own country. It's a place to be free from established norms and a place to experience norms on nature's terms. The mountains and rivers of Montana have saved my life many times. I knew it was a place that I could return to in my troubled state. Even more important than place, people who breathe fly fishing understand water as a mechanism for pursuing passion and finding opportunity. My goal is to speak with as many of these mayfly monks as possible to learn how they breathe. I meet the Swedish dude named John Zedihun. A big part of John's fly fishing experiences are the characters he encounters on the water, and he meets anglers all over the world. Not surprisingly, he turned out to be quite an interesting character himself.
It's worth crossing the pond just to see this one here. Yes! Oh, shit. Oh, no, I lost it. Oh, that was a big one. Everyone in fly fishing is a character, you know. It's a Tivoli act. Every time you sit down. I don't know anything else, any other spot or any other sport or hobby or passion where you will constantly meet interesting people. Someone always have a story. I tell you what, in banking they don't. They don't. Oh God, I could stand up sleeping sometimes. But out here, I just get stuck listening to people. You're with people that have different preferences than the average people on the street. You just don't care about what kind of watch you have on or what kind of car you drive and so forth, because we're full of passion. And if you're a climber, you know, you have this old car that's full of climbing products and you're just looking for cliffs where to go climb. We look for rivers. I mean, don't drive behind a fly fisherman if you're going to pass a bridge. I must kill a couple of people over here because, you know, you go from 60 down to 20. It might be a hatch. So much better than three-way. Hallelujah.
Having lived in Montana for a number of years, Lucky Soltz knows the place as well as anyone and reminds me why I was pulled here.
Well, western Montana is a really special place. This is one of the places that was probably one of the last places in the country to be settled because it was so isolated. You're able to go out within an hour of here, you can be out where you won't see anybody all day long. You're still able to visualize what the wild country was like 100 years ago. There just aren't that many places left like this in the United States anymore. There's so much that's different from going out and catching a fish that you know has been here since the last ice age. I mean, you know that that species of fish has evolved to fit into this landscape.
When I say I went fishing, I mean I went fishing. Rivers, lakes, small water, big water. I caught little fish, a few fish worth mentioning, and loads of 6-foot trout I don't feel like putting in the movie because I don't want to show off. Chester Floyd is a young blood who's devoted his life to the next fish. His perspective on fly fishing mirrors what I've experienced so far on my adventure.
Why not in life be as happy as you can possibly be, because you really only live once, you know. Go for your dream, you know, that's what I'm doing. I pretty much graduated high school in Wisconsin and moved out to Montana to fish. That's what I love to do, and I want to continue doing it. When you stick the fish, your heart is pumping like crazy and everything. But when you pick that fish up, it re-energizes you, you let it go, and you just feel awesome. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh yeah. Yeah, boy.
Dana Scott is a ramblin', rambunctious 24-year-old who slays trout in a skirt. I've known Dana for many years, and she sees time on the water as life's great teacher.
It's less me using fly fishing to escape than it is me using fly fishing to find, you know, to learn and figure myself out and where I'm from. There's so much to learn with fly fishing. About yourself, about fish, about waterways, about bugs, about people, about how to row a boat. I'll never know how to catch these fish, but I do somehow. I figured it out, and each time you figure it out more and more and more.
I'm starting to realize that my fishing experiences apply to life and not just fishing. For example, living with deep, full breaths is the way of the trout. When we lift our caught quarry from the water, we steal the breath from the fish and are reminded of the borrowed time and energy we are all a part of. Connecting with this creature by stealing its breath, as our lives so often do, it teaches us how important breathing is. The moments of pain the fish experiences while out of the water humbly show us that our lives are fragile and limited. Fish, it seems, are the ultimate teachers on breathing. Waking up with fly fishing as my primary objective might be the most phenomenal lifestyle I could possibly experience. I could run away, cast my responsibilities into the current forever, but what am I really accomplishing? I talked to Greg Thomas, a prominent fishing writer. Greg's live fast attitude and many experiences make him someone I respect, but he forces me to come to terms with the reality of my situation.
When I take my breath, I fish. It's the best breath I take. It is awesome. It takes me away from everything for a little while. And then when I return, I'm fucked. And I'm not gonna paint like pretty sunsets and romantic pictures and the giant trout, all that superficial stuff that I've read or heard or everything. Oh, I went out and fly fishing, my life was great. I come back, it's worse. Because I, might have left my responsibilities, but sometimes, you gotta do it.
Oh, there's that real world again. With only a few weeks left in the woods and down to about $500, I need to figure out how to redefine my life when I return home. If fishing can't solve my problems, how do I stay happy while maintaining my responsibilities? How can I cope with the stress and burnout that prompted this adventure in the first place? Damn, I still have a lot to learn. I discussed all this with an old friend, Shane Stalling, whose snowboard, trout bum lifestyle epitomizes freedom. Shane has figured out his way to straddle both worlds.
I work at a fantastic restaurant that my friends own, and I'm friends with everyone who works there, and kind of surround myself with things that I like to surround myself with things I enjoy. Yeah, and it's great. My work's right next to the Gallatin River, so before work every day I spend about 4 hours fishing and go to work. It's perfect. I don't let work get in the way of what I want to do, which means being broke could be, so most of the time, but whatever. Spend food money on flies. I think I did that this morning. It makes me happy. At the end of every day, I'm just thinking about what I did that day, where I was, and like kind of as it builds up, all the different experiences I've had and what I've learned from them. It's a good feeling.
Jim Scott is a successful businessman who sees both work and fishing as complementary, not as two passions straining against each other.
It's not really differentiating fishing from work because for me, it's all part of life. And I find, as I said, I'm fortunate. I find meaning in what I do. Fishing is not so much an escape as it is just another part, a very valuable part of my life.
George Widener helped me learn that success is an individual. It doesn't come from a textbook or in the form of praise. It comes from the heart.
I think you always struggle for success. I think once you say you're successful, you slip a little bit in that notch. I think when you're comfortable with where you are, you're successful. If you listen to other people, they might not think you're successful, but you can't do that. It has to come from here. I try to just live every day the way I try to want to live it. It's not perfect, but it's what I actually love it.
Pour in money, material objects, and a stable life, I head home, rich with experience and imparted wisdom from the incredible set of people I met during my adventure. To live is not merely to breathe, it is to act, said the French philosopher Rousseau. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that breathing cannot be Googled and it cannot be bought. Only through pure experience can one conjure true, deep breaths. I'm home. As much as I wish I was still living in a truck with my life dictated by trout, it's good to sleep in a bed, take a shower, and spend time with the old lady. I found myself a nice house and office to comfortably deal with the real world that I so desperately needed to escape a month before. I now make sure to find time to breathe, a valuable space in my life that I know not to take for granted. The beautiful detail is success is different things to different people. It's all about owning your life and living in the present. The big thing is, I've learned that it can be done.
Being able to do things that you want to do, I mean, how many can really say that? I mean, how many can honestly say that yeah, I'm doing exactly what I want to do, and I'm exactly at that point in life where I feel very confident with everything around what's happening?
I don't know, a successful life, I think, since I had cancer, it involves getting through it.
Being old age and looking back at life and having a smile on your face over your entire lifespan is a success.
A lot of people that think money is success. Does money buy you happiness? Does it buy you love? Does it buy you health? No, it doesn't. Not a big priority on money.